What did people do about the problems they were facing?
AT1C, cross-check motive.
Remember, people have different attitudes, different ideas.
Change vector. Player engaging. Active screen.
And a text.
On midnight Saturday, a number of armed men surprised two sentries outside Cartwright's mill and, having secured their arms and persons, made a violent attack, broke in window frames and fired a volley of shots into premises. A number of voices cried out, "Bang up, murderer, pulled out door." For about 20 minutes the battle continued, during which 140 shots were fired from the mill.
What's going on?
Response, violence.
The 11th of April, 1812, local handcroppers attack Rawfields Mill in Yorkshire.
Handcroppers.
They used large handheld shears to finish the surface of woven cloth, but their skills had been replaced by machines.
So
the men lost their jobs.
And that's what made them angry?
Reconstruction to visor.
I mean, it's gotten worse and worse. I mean, now we just live off oats, really, don't we, and blue milk. That's milk what's had the cream taken off for those what can afford butter and cheese. The likes of what we haven't seen for quite a while, I can tell you. I mean, well, you can see John, I mean, he's just gone down on himself, haven't you?
Aye, and you feel, I don't know, you feel so angry. You've been kicked, you've been hurt, and you want to hurt somebody back.
Are these their real words?
No, but the TV scriptwriter has based all this on evidence from the time.
Right.
Cartwright said he's going to introduce these machines just on an experimental basis. In went the machines and out came the men.
Remember this as well, it's not just individuals who are out of work. Small cropping shops like this, many of them are going to the wall, because the small man can't compete with a factory.
It's the cropping shops, incidentally, which do the best work, which are going to the wall. Because very often they're the people who take most pride in the work.
Is that really what they thought?
Before radio and television, when few working people could write, it's very difficult to know what they would have thought.
Actor loop, self-engaged.
Up to now, nigh on nothing's been written that shows the working classes in a fair and accurate light. And the press is all controlled by the ruling classes. And if they even bother to notice us, it is only to twist the facts, laugh at our hopes, magnify our faults. Historians and writers of a future age will only have garbled tales to guide them.
Error, loop deactivate.
Who was that?
Don't mind him. That was William Lovett, who wasn't a Luddite.
A Luddite?
Luddites smashed machinery, attacked mills. It was their response to the problems caused by changes in industry.
All right. Reactivate that mill loop.
The alarm bell in the mill was rung, and a large number of stones were thrown from the roof, which had an instant effect. Otherwise, a quantity of oil and acid would have been poured down. When firing had stopped, the guards heard the cries of two unfortunate men lying in their own blood and writhing under the torture of their terrible wounds. "For God's sake," cried one, "shoot me. Put me out of my misery."
Did people use violence a lot?
You'll love this. It's a riot.
Rapid data. 1815.
Bread riots in Bridport. Bloodshed at the Glasgow soup kitchens and at Merthyr Tydfil when wages were cut.
1830. Swing riots.
Desperate farm labourers in Kent and all across southern England smashed threshing machines and set fire to hayricks.
1886.
Unemployed. Trafalgar Square, London.
1887.
All right, I get the point. They were desperate, they rioted. But there must have been other ways to make things better. Why didn't they just vote differently at the next election?
Response, political change.
All adults having the vote is taken for granted in Britain today, but in the early 19th century, attitudes were different.